Kwame Boateng is my name. And then I want to educate you the Zulenzu River in the western region of Ghana, how they live, their schooling, hospital, even their health, their religion, and whatever they do there. We want you to know how they live on the Zulenzu River. So keep on watching. Good morning.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, your name, please.
My name is James Adieba.
I think we are in Zulenzu or what?
Nzilozo, that is water top. Nzilozo.
Okay. So where exactly are we?
Here is a land base. Here it's a land base.
I want you to tell us something more about your living here.
The living condition here is normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. It's very good.
People have traveled by air, on the road, and on the sea. Some are traveling on the river. Can you tell us something small which is different from the road? Are they scared when you are traveling them on the river?
Okay, one thing is that people used to scare the boat because you see the river is very dangerous than the road and then air. Okay. Because some of them doesn't know how to swim.
Okay.
So when they were in this boat, they feel scared.
So how do you protect them?
Okay, that's why you have a life jacket. So when you come here, it's compulsory. You have to wear life jacket.
Okay.
So that it's safe for you.
Does this belong to you or for the government or what?
No. You bought it. You community bought it.
You bought it yourself.
You bought it yourself.
That means you are facing a lot of challenges.
You have a lot of many challenges in this place. That's why you pay small money for the community so that they used to manage themselves.
That's true. Can you tell us how do you communicate with those who are not good in English and then who are not good in your local language? Do you speak to them by sign or what?
Okay. You know, that's why you have tour guides.
Okay. When
you come here, they will give you a tour guide. But tour guides do not have to speak a little English.
Okay.
So it's not problem because you have those who can speak French.
Okay.
Those who can speak English.
Okay.
So when you come and you are Englishman, they'll give you an English person. If you are a Frenchman, somebody knows how to speak French. So it's not.
So what are the challenges you are going through in terms of this business? What are the challenges? Is it going normal? Is it so difficult or what?
It's not that difficult. It's normal. It's normal. Okay. But you know, the money that they receive here is not only for those people. They share it according to 6 communities.
Yeah, okay. Do you need something from the government? Do you need, let's say,
you need
security things such as, let's say, the jacket and then the canoe? Do you need the government to provide something to you?
Okay. The only thing that people need is the life jacket.
Okay. What about the canoe and then the engine?
Oh, canoe side.
Yourself?
It is individual.
Okay.
It is individual. It's not by the government. It is individual, but it's okay.
Okay.
Because
you live in the Zulenzu?
I live there.
You live there. Can you tell us something more about living there? Your hospital, your school?
The living condition there is very bad because you don't have hospital. Even yesterday, I think one woman got sick.
Okay.
So it took boat about 11 o'clock p.m. Took boat, paddling to this place, and then you carry her to Benin and chartered car to Equinius Hospital. That is Equi Hospital.
What about
that is the only one because you don't have any distant hospital where you don't have even cheap compound. You don't have some, but you have school, you have churches. But the school too is getting collapsed. So you are now making a new school over there.
All right.
But you have putting the stamps over there, but you haven't yet finished.
Okay. So this man is a canoe operator. So he is taking us to the Zulenzu river. So keep watching. And We are here to educate you how they live, their schooling, their hospital, their health, everything that they do there. We are going to educate you there. Thank you. Zulenzu River, yes, this is how we travel on it. You are not going to travel by any vehicle, but a canoe. And as you know, this is how we travel on it. It's not scaring, it's very normal. You go normal like this, you go speed, the type of speed you want, they can give you. So this is how the river is. Very big river, and our neighbors are living there. They have church, they have everything there. So we are going to educate you to where our neighbors are living. By the grace, we are in Zulenzu. That is home of stay guest house. That means they have a guest house here. We have people and their houses on the river. So we are in Zulenzu with a safe journey. We are here to educate you about how they live here. Thank you. We are in Zulenzu Community Center, and this is where the community center of Zulenzu is. When you come to Zulenzu, this is the first place you come to seek the history of Zulenzu. And we have a gentleman here. He is one of the committee members of Zulenzu community. Here they live on river, they live on water, not a sea, it's water, river. They live on river. And we are here to educate you everything about Zulenzu, how they live, their education, their health, and everything they do here. So, gentlemen, you are welcome to Ocean Films Ghana. I'm Isaiah Kwame Boatin.
I'm also Stephen Nazwa. I'm from Brazil here.
Okay. When you talk of Ezwenzu, can you tell us what is Ezwenzu, the meaning of Ezwenzu?
Okay, Ezwenzu means on top of water.
That means you live on top of water. That is why you call this place Ezwenzu.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. I have no experience about Ezwenzu. I've experienced nothing about it. But when I was coming, I got the proof that you live on water, you live on river. Can you tell us a little about Ezwenzu? What is Ezwenzu?
Like I said, I am Stephen Ezwa. I'm from Zrozo here, but my local name is Kanga. But it all started from 14th to 15th century. Our forefathers, they were then living in Mali, peacefully in a land called Timbuktu. And the land was blessed with gold and other natural resources, which make our forefathers rich and also famous in a way. So one day the Senegalese people, which at the same time called the Mandis, they came to do business with our forefathers. And our forefathers looking, the idea that Senegalese came with it was not good enough. So they rejected their offer. Due to jealousy to the Senegalese people, they came and waged war with our forefathers. And during the war, they are killing our forefathers because our forefathers are not strong to fight with the Senegalese people. 14th to 15th century, at that time, our forefathers, they do believe in the moral gods. So anything that they do, they have to first consult the oracle for solution. So our forefathers, they consulted the oracle, and the oracle demand that they should vacate from the land since the Senegalese are killing them. So our forefathers, they have no choice but to accept what the oracle told them. They set up their journey at midnight. On their way coming, they were led by the oracle, and they have a chief priest. So in terms of spiritual communication, it's the duty of the chief priest who communicated to the others. 14th to 15th century, at that time, our forefathers, there's no road where car or motor can pass. So our forefathers, they took their lead through the tropical forest. They did letter by letter and come and pass through Burkina. Our forefathers, they come downwards through the tropical forest and later on come and appear in Ghana here. When our forefathers got to Ghana here, their first settlement was Wenchi in Brong-Ahafo region. And later on, they settled there for quite a long time, and later on, they decided to move again. Our forefathers, they took their lead through the tropical forest from Wenchi letter by letter and come and settled a place called Techiman in the same Brong-Ahafo area. 14th to 15th century, at that time, our forefathers, they used the herbs for treatment. So what they did is someone for sickness in the journey, they use the herbs to treat you and you are cured, then you are continue the journey. If you are not cured, in case you die, they just found a place to bury you. As a result, a lot of people died during that journey, especially the women among them. So when our forefathers got to Techima, they found out that there is no peace, so they have to move again. So our forefathers, they took their lead through the tropical forest from Techiman. They did letter by letter, and later on come and started a place called Isipon in Sekende, Takrade. But when our forefathers got to Isipon, they think that they were settled there for their whole life. But one day the oracle demanded that they should move again from Isipon. But Isipon, our forefathers, they found out that they are now nearest to the sea. So at this time around, they took their lead through the coast. They did letter by letter, and later on come and started a place called Bakanta. But when our forefathers got to Bakanta, they discovered that there is a river that flows straight to the sea. But since they don't have an idea to cross that river, they consulted the oracle for solution again. And the oracle demanded that they should cut some big trees and made it like a raft so that they can sit on it and pass that river. Our forefathers, they accepted what the oracle told them. They did a lot of raft. So let's say you and your family, then they are on it. They sit on it letter by letter. Our forefathers, they don't know where they are going. But before they realize, then they have come and appear in this river. So this river was naturally made, not made by man or human. When our forefathers got to here, their first settlement was at the back of the river there. But when our forefathers got to here, they adopted the method of building their houses, but now laying their platform like this and use the leaves to complete it. But because of the sea breeze, the wind breeze that goes straight to the back of the river there was very high. So our forefathers, when they settled fire before they realized all their houses were being burnt. So as a result, it created a lot of problem to our forefathers since when they settled at the back of the river there. So one day, the king among them was King Takrika, and the linguist was Muga. And one day, the linguist, which is the spokesperson of the king, he came here for fishing. And when he came here, he found out that the wind breeze over here is very calm. So immediately he went back and informed the king that I'm on my way for fishing, but I found a place in which the wind breeze is very calm. So immediately the king ordered all his people move from that place and come and settled here. In fact, when our forefathers got to here, they have their peace of mind, because the oracle who protect our forefathers from Mali to Zozo here, when our forefathers moved from that place and come and settle here, that oracle vanished and hand our forefathers over to the gods of this river to protect our forefathers for him. Then it means here is the right place for our forefathers to settle. So this is how it happened. Our forefathers, they migrated all from Mali to come and hide on this waterlogged area. It's for the sake of peace. Our forefathers, they migrated all the way from Mali to Nzrozo here. Secondly, a language that our forefathers, they brought it from Mali to Nzrozo here was a Witile language. But later on, when our forefathers, they settled here, finished, later on they found that on their way coming, they lost a lot of their women in that journey. So later on they found out that the Nzema lands are now near with them. So they went to Nzema land and married the Nzema women. But when the women came to here, they couldn't speak the language of our forefathers. Then our forefathers trying to speak the language of their women. So in the language of the Nzemas, that our forefather language that they brought it from Mali to Zwazuge, which is a Witire language, vanished from this place. But we are now in Nzema. You speak a language of Nzema. We are now Ghanaian. You do everything as a Ghanaian in this community.
Tell me, as you are living here, what are the challenges you are going through? I can see you have churches here. You have a hospital here.
Okay, like I said, challenges. We have a lot of challenges. Let me starting from our school. Our school starting from KG to class 6, but it's a government school. But government promotes teachers to here. They don't come. They come within 1 week. They just told the king and others that we are going to take our rest of belongings. When they go for good. They don't come again. So you don't have any teachers who can support our children and teach them. But the king and others found out that you have a lot of children here, so you should find a ways and means and employ community teachers at secondary level. But since the community employ them, it's the duty of the community to pay them their monthly salary. It's like olden days, you take contribution from the parents before you use that money to pay the teacher's salary. But since we are starting as tourist area, when visitors come in, the community will handle appeal for donation to support the children. So the money that you get, you use to pay the teacher's salary. Like I said, since you don't have a clinic or hospital, let's say hospital or clinic here, so some left of the money, you use it to buy some manual drugs like paracetamol, Bico, Fragile. You store it with one of our rooms. So use it as a first aid treatment. If someone falls sickness,
that means you have first aid treatment,
yeah, first aid
but you
treatment,
don't have actual hospital.
Yeah, you don't have clinic or hospital.
You have medical doctors and doctors. Do you have doctors here?
No, you don't have.
You don't have, but you have your personal. Doctor. Let's say you are just doing the doctors yourself.
Yes, you ourselves. Yeah.
If someone had a headache or stomachache, then the person comes here and give them the drugs. Then, okay. What about your toilet and those kind of things? Where do you go to your toilet?
Okay, toilet aspect. You have a biofuel one.
Okay.
Yeah, it is where the school is. So you have a biofuel. It's there that you do our everything. But when you come to the drinking, let's say drinking water aspect is the main there's river that we also drink. You don't treat it when you fetch it. Then
I was happy when I get here. The moment I got here, the environment is neat. They are having their dustbins and everything very neat. Israel is a very nice place. They have their churches, their school, and then the community center where they play games or wale and those kind of stuffs. We will educate you much about the citizens here, those who live here. You go there, we ask them questions, then they give you the answer. But let me come to you again. If we talk about Israel Zoo, you've told us about your water, your bathroom, your toilet issue. Tell me, if a visitor comes here, assuming the person want to marry those kind of they marry, live in your hotel and those kind of things. We met people when they meet you, they ask you, are you tired? If you say yes, they say sorry. Tell me, we met people going and coming. Who are those? Are they people, do they live here or what? Are they visited or?
Okay, all people that we have met them in that place, they are from here. Yeah, they are from here. Some are going to school and some are going to doing their business and some are also going to markets. So they are from here.
Tell me about your trading issue. Your trading issue. Buying stuff like salt, rice, beans. How is it going? Your trade issues. How do you trade?
Okay, you have a market day. So
is the market here on the river?
Not here, but on land. So let's say Thursday like this, you have a market day at Tikobo one. So you went there and buying some the things that.
But don't you have a market here? Let's say
no, you don't have a market.
Sports. A drinking spot, a supermarket, a provision store, and those kind of things. Don't you have it here?
Okay, you have let's say 2 supermarkets here, but it is not like those who are on land. It's just a small, yeah. So, okay. But when it comes to something like rice and those stuffs, you want to buy it and take it to here.
Okay. We are in the Zulen Zoo where they keep their medicine, where the first aid office is. So, I'm here with the gentleman who is in charge of the first aid boss on Israel Zoo River. Good morning, Mr. Gentleman.
Good morning.
I'm Isaiah.
Okay, I'm Richie too.
You are the one in charge of the first aid. In case someone is sick, you are taking care of their health conditions. Tell us, is it true?
Okay, first of all, we say once again, my name is Richard, and I am the King representative too. Here is our community center, and my duty is to receive visitors and also chat with them. It's not as if I was the one taking the in charge of the health phase age room. What we do is that whenever visitors bring something like medicine, shelters, and the rest, what we have to do, we keep it in this room. After that, we inform the person that is in charge in terms of the first aid medicine, shelters, hospitals, and pens. So that's what we do here. So if in case there is an emergency, what we have is some minor sickness, just as if something like malaria and the rest, we can't detail. So something like headache, running stomach, for instance, we get paracetamol fragile inside, so we have to go and call the person. Before then, he will come and check the person. If in case maybe truly is headache or running stomach, then he will give the person the paracetamol. But in terms of emergency, we have to rush the person to a hospital.
Okay. Tell us, can you tell us this about the pregnancy issues, pregnancy and birth issues, and then the death issues, mortuary and those kind of things? How do you manage to do such things?
Okay, first of all, in terms of our pregnant women, one is in terms of during time of birth delivery, we have a local midwife in this community. She's very experienced. If she comes and she found out that maybe that person cannot deliver here, she will say it and we take the person to Ekwe Hospital. And from this place to Ekwe, including the speedboats, will maybe be 1 hour 30 minutes journey to Eco Hospital. But in terms of, birth rate, for instance, at first, we don't have any education background about terms of adolescent stage, but now we do. So birth rate here is a little bit less, and also death, I would say, less here. Sometimes at the age of maybe more than 80 before, people will die. Though I will have challenges, but yet, we live long. We live long, and it's all the grace of our Almighty God.
Okay. Do you have anything to tell us about the challenges you face of the foreigners in terms of their languages, how they drink, they are eating, their languages? We saw a guest house here, and that is why I'm asking this question about the foreigners, their language, how they live, and how you communicate with them in case they are not good in English. How do you manage to live with them when they come here?
Okay, thank you for that question. Okay, for the foreigners aspect, sometimes majority of them know how to speak English better than us, and those who cannot speak the English properly, we have to go the broken way. It's not as if we people in this village can speak English properly. We have people here who know how to speak the English, and also who don't know how to speak. So in terms of, and we have some people here who also know how to speak the French language. So if in case you are from France, you get some people who, receive in terms of a French way, communicate in the French language. And like I said, if you don't know how to speak it, we'll break it down for you to understand. Because if let's say you are speaking German, we don't know how to speak the German language. So what you have to do, just take our time in terms of the broken way, we'll make it make you understand what we are trying to explain to you.
Okay, tell us, how do you get your medicines? Do you buy it with your own money, or is it from the community, or and you are going to tell us how you get the medicines, and if someone here is not feeling well and the condition needs your first aid, do you charge, or is it for free? Can you tell us something about it?
Okay, first of all, I have to thank the givers very much for what they have done for us in the previous years. They have been the one helping us in terms of our drugs. It's not as if we don't buy, we buy, but sometimes the givers too. Sometimes they will come to this village, do free health screening, and they have been providing us drugs, but sometimes it's not enough, so we have to go to the nearby villages and buy some extra to additional what we have here. And we don't charge for it because financially, a lot of difficulties. So if let's say you are sick, we give it for free, but unless you are sick.
So if you give it for free, how do you deliver new ones? Let's say you have 200 medicines. You give, let's say, 120 of them for free. How do you get the 120 back?
Okay.
How do you get the interest on the medicine that you are providing for the community for free?
Okay. We know here is tourist attraction. I will say once again a big thanks to those people who have been visiting this community. Let me show you something. We have a book here, which is a donation book to support the school. Any amount that's received, record it in. At the end of the month, the king and his people, they will gather here, look into the book and account for the money. So the amount that they will get, because we are facing the issue of lack of teachers, we will use them to pay the teachers, our community teachers, and the remaining, we have to use it to buy the drugs, additional to what we used.
Okay. Tell me, is Zwenzu part of Ghana?
Yeah, Zwenzu is part of Ghana.
Can you tell us something? Let's say if a foreigner comes here, this is what we don't want the foreigner to do here. This is where we don't want him to go, or this is what we don't want him to. You don't want to see from him.
Okay, in terms of receiving visitors, both locally and foreigners, we accept them. Sometimes for their character, it's a little bit annoying in terms of taking off pictures and the rest. Most especially our ladies, you will see them half naked. Before they realize, they will just take the pictures. So when they see it like this, they'll be angry. But sometimes we have to calm them. And after that, we'll go to either the white people. Okay, next time if you want to take a photo, just seek the idea of the person before you take a photo shot.
Okay, do you want foreigners and then the visitor to give you information, or do you want them to highlight you before they come here, or what? Because you are talking about your ladies, their nakedness, their bathing issues. Do you want the Kanun operators to inform you that, oh, there are some visitors coming here, so you need to talk to your women or your children to be dressed up, or to avoid nakedness? Because one of your men told us about drone, that we don't use drone here because maybe you will be using drone why someone is at the bathhouse bathing or dressing nakedness. So if the drone picks the nakedness, is not good. So is it good for us to give you information before we come, or what?
Before your question, I would say I may have to correct my colleague. We use drone here, but first of all, we have a price for it. Yeah, you have to sit with the elders, discuss, and at the amount that you can afford to pay, they will collect it. After that, they will announce it to the villagers that this is what these people are coming to do. So everybody have to be aware. For that one will do. But if, let's say, you didn't inform us, all of us, and before we notice, we see the drone in the air, it's not good. So first of all, you have to discuss it with the king and his elders. And in terms of making the wildlife people or the tourism to inform us before visitors will come, I will say no to reach. What you have to do, if let's say you have come here as a visitor and you have seen someone with a naked, it's not good for you to take a photo. It's not good for you to take a photo. You have to just pass by, go your way. What you want to do, have a view. You came here to have a view of this village, not to take pictures of the naked people.
Okay. The tourism ministry, what are the beneficiaries? And then the relationship between you and then the tourism ministry.
Okay, I have to add this one. At first, it was wildlife people who were operating this tourism center, and a lot of issues. So now we have taken over. We are writing our own receipts, trying to get money to develop this community. And about 3 days ago, the tourist board people, they came here. They have a meeting with the king and his kinsmen, what the plans that they have, their intention to develop this community. So you see, maybe soon we have a plan how to develop this community, because Nziloz is famous and it's everywhere. I mean, this village have trained to the whole wide world. And when you come, you need to see something like maybe a good reception, something like guest house, like as a hospital and the rest. So we just have a plan how to go about it, make this place look nice.
Well, as we are talking of Izwenzu community, there is nothing beneficial from the government, and then there's nothing they are gaining from the Ministry of Tourism. And as you know, we are here to talk to those having the interest to visit here. So if only you have the interest to visit here, there are something you have to pay to support those living here. And you need to prepare yourself when you are coming here, because you need to contribute so that you can support them. As you know, they live by their own, but their community is neat, nice environment with a hygienic environment. You won't see anything that is very tiny or smelling with a bad scent or those kind of things. It's a very cool place. It is neat than some lands. It's not island, it's a river. But the way they live here is very good. And if you are coming here, you need to prepare yourself to pay something to support their health and then their community. They have church, they have school, they have their first aid office. Everything here is good and nothing is going to hurt you. They have a very good security here. Thank you so much. Izwenzu is where we are. And we are done to the first aid boss.
Emmanuel Bonzo, a teacher over here.
And, are you the headmaster? Or?
No, I'm just the head teacher.
All right. Where are we now?
You are at Islezo, old Islezo.
Okay. And they are saying we have a school. where they live on water on river.
Yeah.
And as you know, we experienced it when you came. It is true.
Okay, as you've heard it, it is true. We have a school here. It's a government school, and actually we are facing a lot of problems here. But like I'm saying, I'm one of the staffs here, and I've been here for 12 good years. I came, the school was collapsed. I came to revive the school. Teachers have been coming, they come and they go back. Why? Because they are scared of the river. So as it stands now, we have 4 teachers as it stands now. Why? Because they said they are scared of the water, so they've gone back. So as he asked me, there is a school here.
So living on the river, can you tell us something about what you have experienced?
Oh, living. In fact, a lot of challenges are going on here, because sometimes being a teacher, you may come and maybe like even feeding aspect. Sometimes you don't get what you want to eat, and going back to get it, when we're coming back to no problem, it also brings a whole lot of problem, like lateness and all those kind of things. Yeah.
Are you from Accra or where?
Oh, I'm from Benin, where the reception is, where you took the canoe to this place. That's where I come from. Yeah.
So tell us, teaching experience. What have you experienced on teaching, from teaching on the land and then teaching on the river?
I was once teaching on land before I came in 2008. I said it earlier.
What are the experience you have got from it?
Okay, one experience I've gotten is that over here, not even experience, over here the teaching and learning materials are not enough as compared to on land, because we've been lobbying for it, but they are not coming. So here we suffer a lot when we were delivering. You see, yeah. And one thing I like about this place is that the kids are not many in a class, so we are able to cover everybody. We are able to pilot the whole class to attend to each of the kids. In terms of teaching them.
Are they good on learning?
Oh, they are. See, frankly speaking, when I came first, there wasn't any light here, and they were good, frankly speaking. But later on, 2012, there was a light here, and everything like got back. Like they are not learning; they are used to watching of movies and all that kind of stuff. So right now, I'm saying that the academic performance is down as compared years back.
So what have you spoken to the parents of the children about their learning issues, watching television without learning and those kind of stuff?
We've been we've been having meetings discussing those issues, but they are doing their best, but it's not enough. You see, but all the same, we are still on it, speaking to them, to put a hot.
Living on like education, like going to school.
Oh, you see, one thing about these people I like about them is punctuality, number one. Because here, if you don't go to school, where are you going? You don't have anywhere to go. So like punctuality, number one, I'll give it to them as compared to those on land, number one. Yeah, so they like coming to school, but it's like the learning is where the problem lies. And sometimes their parents, we see the main activity that they do is farming. When they come by, it's like tired, so they sleep, and the children will be having freedom, like doing what they like. So we are on it. At least we've been doing our best, so that as time goes on, that time will hot, and the children will be taking the education serious.
Yeah, exams. Can you tell us something about the exams?
Oh, they do well. They do well. You see, it's everywhere. Some will pass, some will fail, but at least we do our best, and also they try. Average. Average.
Can you tell us the relationship between the teachers and then the parents and then let's say the students?
Oh, wait.
Tell us something about it.
With the kids, we don't have any problem with them because they are what? But and even with the parents, it's quite good. It's good.
Okay. They said it's up to primary 6.
Yeah.
What about the GHS and those guys? How do they continue on their SHS and then the GHS?
Okay. No, as you said, the school begins from KG up to class 6. So from class 6, then they move on to being on the land. They start the GHS there. So when they complete GHS, they move on to maybe Takrade, Kumasi, to further up. So that's what they do. So the GHS, what they do is every day they go up and down with their own canoe. So they've been paddling up and down.
All the teachers teaching in this school must live
Yeah, we live here. So as I speak now, we are living here. But I see, it's not easy. If I made it clear that sometimes when we are coming, the feeding aspect, you have to go down and do some stuff and come back. But now we are living here, so weekend and then we go back. Even as it stands today, all the teachers will be living the Monday.
The community, those living in the community, you people are less than strangers. You are new here, but you are here just because to educate the children living on this river. What is the relationship between you and those, let's say, the young, the youths here? Do you have any relationship? How do you live with them?
Oh, we are fine. I think recently we had a team, then I was the secretary. Oh, we are fine. We are moving. We are all moving good. We are fine. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome, boss.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Lydia Isaiah now.
From this year.
If you come to me, ma'am.
This must suck our mom near coming.
Now, what to say?
Yamiadum.
Hey, it's we hired the power. What's me? I can be big craft as well as you want to tell me.
Let's say I had it.
I had a who's a soon I'm what is more energy about.
Energy.
Money, now, what did this summon? Heads,
yeah, I did this some day. So, what for swat? Baby, I won't promote one crown, some for swat. What for no bit me, did he? Now, when you had my son to me, son, a hands of tea. A for me, Jima. A quaffle.
More cocoa, I had double, and pointed me who we are.
Yempe.
Aha, land with papa.
I'm from Paponchi. You joined the bill. I'm more than a child.
Okay. I wow, dear.
Debut. Are mine, dear?
Or mine, grind. And Penifon a dear poem.
Sisium, young could did now boom some and I'm. Debbie.
Now, must be them today. I can be at me. Is well, this is your farm. How do you do your farm? You will soon as one am away.
You was sassy. Away to your 4 miles and 3 miles. And 4 miles. And I if I say trains in the Kusunechi.
Now would be Capodon.
More Codro.
Wow, in and out. Namibo, in Sunanamono.
Pachai.
Okay. And I'm fishing.
To the being a bit, to be saying a bit.
That is a farming and a fishing. Namio has Yawa.
Yamoa.
Ufin about.
Me could papa me fish friend a flower was something.
I didn't know back.
I was in Edinburgh.
Who was as soon as hey, like most. I'm sure say how when Jesus and I was as because my be a man.
I saw you be a man, my house manager, manager.
And you okay. Catch me. So what assassin super and what you let me I can be a fast assassin was it in so much I did why experience one what them.
The bet me I can say assassin say some coffee but me bam swing a manaba. Oh, now when so the good yaman ma would do an year from now the fool. Until Hano the am the woman say me coffee na me bam swing a man auntie. Yama fan the foam the good yaman and my train him na maka. But do have the son of the comedy. As I say, me coffee man bessia. Yaman the son auntie says a 4 miles na mkoya ka mesu yaman na auntie nam diaba. A handsome de yansia. And the handsome consu mempla. Nti hasatan ye de wo nyama ketekete bi ho
and I won't go to one plan and you buy who said more environment neat ewura nda baabia
so ya ne
ya no nsuo panto baabia ebia ne dela nto baabia na mompra no ye de ne ha unit sa
say edu sometimes bi ane ye zoom lion ne yi ye pese ku ha ye fenti nya ka say obi ayi ni fie efie wo fie nyina so dey say o ma me pra kwa babo boso me anasa boso mi ansa na me pra bi nti e ka say
ha na wo ye wa ahase
me sam ye fom adwuma
na ye hu se bibi si
ena edu Saturday ne Friday ma ye wi
dey
acheke ene etuku
amse azulenzu ase ene se
nsuaso
kasa ben
nsuaso ne ye nsema
but say according to history na wa ha no interest me enzima for
say ye ba ha che say wo free baby na sa wo ba wo betan ho sa no wa sua kasa no nti asua benyini no baby amfu ba ha no kasa no nti ye mpanyimfo no ama ya te nsema kasa no ma ye wira fi ye kasa de no o mo kasa mo de ba ha no mo wira fi
kwa be na mtimi si dan wo
nsu dan no ning na fi nyame efi se ya hoaden so say memma no kwetwa nua ne ba umbenya sa 4 na sa 3 bia ko na fo nti muso dua no mu a mode mo pam ni se na ekọ mo pam ni se na ekọ nti ebekọ sa na du level bi na mode dade wa aboso nti omo boso a mba yi ni nyina na fe omo de dua na gugu so no say ebode progo na abode progo ne ya ne sida na siso
ma hu se abuo bi egugu ho natural na mo na mdi bi ho
ya kasa ne ko fa ba ya kedi si school dan
SP ya pesi ya o experience ya wa hase kakra fi ko na kire bibi kakra o ewo acheke ne ho acheke de duane na
we ya tuku ahu atuku no ebi no fa yakaka
okay
ena ebi no fa tuku yen sema for ye fa na mbokpore ono enye fi banchimole no bo se machichi wahu ama na wo nti mbaye ni se egu eyino so na me de chin ato ne matwa nti mbetwa no menya pada wewe
gari okay
to se gari na ne fen gari wo nti me ye ni se ya na me de egu we mu to de vapor no bebe okay ena atika no so
okay
ono so when silver on the silver no ending anti the way back
okay
ono so who say silver we ya na me de sonye we ye sonye se metoto ase no nti me de ono so me de besi so
okay
nti me de sis
we de nsuo mu ana
nsuo na wo mu no
nsuo da re na nkase
nti se me de sis so na nsuo ni be wu no de vapor nti atike na betwe bi legu no ho nti on ba ko ye no ojare ho na san de no ojare
ka kire me na omo ba ha na wo na blofo no ene bibifo na ba ha se ya o mani je aduane
omo ene de ho pa
eti omo nti na wo ya na se kuru afro nti na wo
me ye omo nyina
ngopon sia na me bisa ensuo ni mu nam ni bi ni ana
we ye ensuo me na de wasa ne yepo
wow le ko e be sa ba wo wai no an ntem ye ba eti sei
Boko.
we are the blofo
Debbie. The canny tree.
the first say
The family is better. Ampon.
Krumana
Debbie, young more.
Oba wale
Aye.
wow Oba how many years
What's the man say?
Oba tina feel do say
20 years.
20 years hey ene ha che kabibi kire what na sasa so that what na so da experience be na wagain
Had it. And I said, Trana yet no. I want you. If you say a foam near call, you see, you could do a batch. After so, you two batch and our sonny and Yuska. I share home. Inti, oh, yeah, Diana Kakra. aton school for no motor no ye bi aton na ayesa e wa unchirim pa le wa unchirim
na ha kura no se de ha ye neat no medwe ho amenti ase kwa be na mfa so plapla
mpa cho prae de ye mfa prae mpra ewura ha se de yetumi de prae si de aduane gu ho a yetumi de prae plapla na se ha se na roba no omodo so a ne atas roba no e de agubo ne yakoto
hu se mo de wo das bi wa mo bi agu ha neat ha de farming ko na mo ye na o mako school ni
o mo ye
o mako school ti say school no so ha ti say
school no says si a wa ko no wan say school no ekofom wan say tickets no mo no so ha sisi a ho no ko pieces the pieces no ticket no mo ndo so nti oye na sa ebi yar no kwa na nkora no mgugu ha sa mia mba ba mienu ma ko school ba ko krampo e we invest wo Cape Coast wan esa e wa unchire pa
after ya me adu na so okay okay mate Mediata Philip
okay hi
Izilezo Izilezo
okay I have no office or patrol ye
me souvenirs me carry boat kanu ai
ebi we ya farm and fishing wo di anyo
ai
ba ni wa ye bu
ai
then why experience wo aduma we
me experience e man ya say e ma minya bibi kakra etoduane di
na ya awu bi bia no ba de
enye da bia ye wo somanta omo ba bebre
aha okay fine na so mo ba ye so
mande me gusu ye adwuma
okay ukwa no go mo ba
ai
fine aha ne wo
ye wo mo
aha na ko school ye
ai aha na me start oh my transfer soda
na hi fa
na me tini winzo yo ekuro we ye 2 ba ko wo asase so
okay now what na asase so be how many years
be 6 years
na what in France if you see a will be saying why experience 6 years was asase so
ai
okay na and then a bit me can for asase difference a room ne ha say
difference a room ni say adwuma we ya me ye no say me ti asase so na say me ye wo ha omonto ti say ha ya
na mo di say mo hospital say ma sole ko say mo zo bit nya ka bi fa kaka fa
okay mati de edikan no ye didi sem de ha say no ye wo asase na asase de wo akiri nti ho na ye yeniama ye dofu ho nti emfa se be 1 hour to 2 hours ansa na okoju afon mo nti ho na ye fa aduane e de ba ha na emfa se ye hia bibi se e se tomatoes na orange na de kekeka ho nyina ye kokrum ye wo market day a ye de ko Thursday nti ye kwa na yakoto niema no de aba mati e de aba na hospital sem yini hospital nti ye wo first aid ha na obi yara yedika e de helps no e de sana yara say yantumi a na e de akọ nipa na akọ hospital e wo nearest town
na ha mo nice
yini nurse
and the first is na ha mo
ai ye obu a ono wasua ndro no na kakra nti
wawale
me ware
wo ma
dabi
nkwa na ati no ba bia ni
dabi minya ware tam
no ma no so no ati say
and ye ono de mintumi enkyere kyese omo amaware no eno mbetumi akyere sene abrabo no etie
that now what how o motor na open
okay yo no say me ko forest wonum ma kutwa mmea no me ba ma papai no nti sene ma pam no ebi ni nti me pam gu ho na me de second no asiesie no kama na me de aso no so atum ama mu aye tokuru nti mi a me de gu ewia no ewia na wo no me de gu na ma na aye dry nti aye dry sa me de sandpaper na me de sandpaper na nti mi wi na me de polish no afa nti finished product ni.
So Ezulenzu, I have been there 2020. Where do you can kakra for home? Okay, so on the bluff. So you have waited.
They want to say, Ezulenzu, I have been there. No, say we deny no. Wabaha. Until I say we never be a. What the qua, what the back I say. Sometime be me so me call Ezulenzu. And you free. We are 10 series.
10 series.
Aye.
Okay. Now 10 series now. What on? Yeah, I could say, almost try out to chew on one answer day.
They want to say, be bar, say, Ghana for the ye pay into so, and be bar, or Bobo now was set to so. It being so bar, was say a bonus, there was a woman of Costro. Aha, and she.
One of my assassins who I am, we know the board day.
Aha, and she has so more bar, they be out on a bar, a big bar or penny 5 cities, sending why any say no, or penny 5 cities. Then so, what can't. Them cry say, yeah, you go ano. Yen to me to yard and teach our own into Biba na or can't near their manners. Senia, a man of a question.
It is Yana, a day, I'm who's out of Biba, only be out there.
Patro, there be your Dawson, and your Dawson, and he said, a beam, it is a only boo on my end, they mean to me.
Before that, we want to say this name. Tanya Maniamano, the Omoyan to Sakura, Papa Niamano.
Only the minimum to say machine. Only the same machine. Me, I don't know, want to say, some mission is here. And I want to say, meet my. Okay, Mate.
You now more as well as how do you feel?
If we're comfortable. I don't quite want to say. You need problem. Body or pitch kakra or school home. Na sene insuno you know, yet insuno faso. Sisi aye quadri season. By kakra na insuno atwin. Nti atwin sa ho na yedi agro. And I were a club back on a bear, your cohon, a quiet training kakra, sending soon a fire and packing. You were drunken bow, and a Yakuji and Kakra. A dream you may say, and I could and
Boko, we are the school. Aye.
What to come with never be bear in fear be pay and answer how I would hear few more fast in my day.
Tetra than like Aramoa. Taquarca.
Be a bear busumida.
Moko on Jamara.
Okay, be back. She come in.
Yo, so because I come catch a man.
A hard it on a question.
Oh, of course,
as you watch the journey to Ezulezu, we came to show you things around here, how they live, their school and their health. As you know, they live a happy life. They live by their own. They live without begging or seeking anything from someone. They are happy as you are. They live on a river. So we taught you everything about your visit to Ezulenzu, where you get your boat, where their guest house is, their first aid office, their school, and then the people living in Ezulenzu, their work, their human life, their farmers and fishermen. Ezulenzu is a very nice place. The journey to Ezulenzu is what you watch. Thank you for watching me. Thank you so much. God bless you.